discuss the critical areas of management. Yeah, of an education institution. This is the extensively I discussed this particular unit. I remember in the block one of the unit three of block one. I extensively discussed, and you have to write around 800 words, roughly 3 to 4 pages. I think 3 to 4 pages roughly. I said that maybe I will not be able to go back to the thing. The one recording is already there, so that colleagues can see that recording. But when you are writing the critical areas of management of education institution, what are that? One is the vision of the university, the mission of the university, and the goals of the university is the main things. That is the very important area. Every institution will have their own vision, we have on their mission, and accordingly the goals of the institution are built. After that, of course, how the institution has a relation with other systems of the society, like education institution, you school or college will have will be in touch with the rest of the society, community, will be in touch with the government, will be in touch with the industry, like that. So relation with other is the another area. Nobody can say, okay, my school or my college will not be in touch with anybody else. No, it cannot happen. It cannot happen. That's all. And after that, let me just. मिल गया ना कुछ?
हाँ मिल गया है।
नोटिस आपका है ये स्टोर हाउस है सब मिल गया सब इसमें. Okay, friends. Yeah, institution management. I told the mission and goals, and your relation with the other community. And the second important aspect is the academic management of institution. Any institution, whether it is school, college, academic management, what type of programs you develop, what type of curriculum you develop, what develops syllabus you finalize, what develop teaching methodologies, teaching learning methodologies you adopt, what type of assessment. So these are all comes under the academic management of an institution, very crucial. For any institution, education institution, whether school, college or university, academic management is the crucial one. Without academic management, you can't do much. So that's an academic management, and then we have discussed at length. I have explained that. I think while writing assignment, you can take the examples of your contest also. Your contest also, suppose a college from your side or a university or a school, you can take an examples how these things are carried out. So while explaining the concept area, you can substantiate with the examples also. Am I correct in saying it? You are clear? Yeah. And then another area of very important is administrative support system. Academic management is the prior one and the key one, but any institution needs a academic support. What is academic support? Particular number one is the personnel. Personnel means you need teachers in any institution, you need support staff, you need administrator, you need the assessment people, you need the estate management, campus. So these are all the administrative support system, what we call it. So suppose if you don't have a good building, you cannot run the school or college. If you don't have a proper laboratory, you cannot run the, you don't have the good library, you cannot run. So these are all the support needed. If you don't have a good playground, students cannot play. This is how the support systems is another important area in the educational management of any institution. Other area is institution building. As I said, institution building is as a leader, you are a head of the institution, you are a principal of a college, you are the vice chancellor of a university, you have to take care of all the components. As a leader, your responsibility is to take care of all the components. Education and its environment, I think how your institution has a relation with environment, rest of the environment like school, college, community. Rachna madam. थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा, बिजी तो नहीं? नहीं, अंदर वेट करो, बाहर धूप है, वेट, पानी पीना है? ओके। अरे रंजीत, हाँ थोड़ा बिजी हो गया, आ जाओ। कहीं पे बिजी हो? तो हमारा 2-3 मेहमान है, चाय पिलाएंगे। हाँ वहाँ बना दो, बड़े लोग बना के आ जाए। Okay friends, the education and its environment is important. How your institution has a liaison with the community, liaison with the government. So these are all educational. It's the leader's responsibility. If the leader is willing to negotiate with the community, negotiate with the government, you have to do as a leader. If you feel that I don't do, okay, choice is yours. If you don't do, you don't get the support from the government, you don't get the support from the community. That's how it happens. Okay, friends? And then every institution has to undergo the institution building. What is that? Institutions cannot be static. Institutions cannot be static. Institutions keep changing. Society is changing. Technology is changing. People's expectations are changing. People's aspirations are changing. Accordingly, your institution has to change. If you are not changing with the times, you will be lagging behind. Students say, okay, bye-bye Murthy and institution, he is lagging behind. So that's how you have to move along with the changing times. That's what I mean to say. For that, you have to renew or review your organization from time to time. You may not review every day, you may not review every month, at least periodically, say once in 3 years or once in 5 years. As a head of the institution, I should see that where I started 5 years back, where I stand now. The targets which I set 5 years back, did I achieve? If achieved, what extent achieved? If not achieved, why? So this is how the organizational diagnosis periodically you have to undertake as a good leader. While doing the organizational analysis, you may take the help of other agencies, you may take the outside experts, or you do yourself. But generally, you do take the help of others. That's how that type of organizational diagnosis will help in identifying the strength, in identifying the weaknesses of the institution, and accordingly move the future of the institution. That's how that. So these are the all main areas of importance. That's how we have to build the manage the institution. So every area is important. That's what you have to touch upon while writing the assignment. Just 3-4 pages, roughly 800 odd words, and then while explaining these points, you can give the examples which you are familiar with in your country, your institution. Any example you can give which is relevant to the one which you are explaining. Is it okay? That's how the first question has to be answered. Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to ask on this particular thing? Otherwise, with this explanation and with the detailed class I have taken earlier, you should be writing a first question of this assignment in a better manner. चलो हमें पिला लो, ग्रीन टी पिला दो। ये व्रत वालों को वो व्रत भंग नहीं करने का है, ठीक है? हाँ जी, yes friends. So that is the first question what I elaborated. Let us move to the second question. Second question has a 4 questions, sub questions, small questions, and out of these short answer questions, For each question, you have to write around 250 to 300 words, means roughly 1.5 page or so. And 4 questions are there. You have to attempt any 3 of them. Okay. First question is write a brief note on the organizational structure of BRAOU. Organization structure of BROU. BROU is the first open university established in India in the year 1982. The first open university in India which was established in the 1982, and it is given in the Unit 5 of Block 4. Unit 5 of Block 4. Unit 5 of Block 4. So it is already given, and this is the first open university as I explained to you. Yeah, and then it was established in a particular province in Andhra Pradesh earlier. That's after that it is the state province was bifurcated into 2. So naturally that moved from Andhra Pradesh to the another province, that is Telangana. That's after that the institution, it was established as the Andhra Pradesh Open University, which is written APOU, but it is titled later as a B.R. Ambedkar Open University, B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Bhimrao Ambedkar Open University, BRAOU. I told you the Ambedkar was the architect of the Indian Constitution, who had drafted the rich Constitution of India. So naturally it was named after him. He was a very renowned figure who gave a written constitution. He was the chair of the committee which drafted the Indian Constitution, which was passed by the Parliament. So that's how BROU. Earlier it was known as a Andhra Pradesh Open University, APOU, retitled as a BROU. Okay, friends, and that's the you have to write about that. It is there in the Unit 5 of Block 4. Thank you. And as far as the structure is concerned, yeah, it is there. As I said, it is established in a particular province, and the chancellor will be there. The governor of a province will be the chancellor. Under the chancellor, there will be executive council with the decision-making body of the university, highest decision-making body, and will be vice chancellor, is the chief executive of the university, and they will have other bodies to support the vice chancellor and executive council. There is academic senate and the planning board and finance committee. So this is how the broad organization structure is there in the unit, and we have faculties, and the various faculties are there, and we have a support divisions to support. So this is broadly the organizational structure. Any organizational structure cannot be static. It keeps changing. It keeps according to the societal conditions, according to the changes that is happening, the larger at macro level. Every organization, suppose I have one particular small unit named as the assessment division, but naturally after that the assessment is a traditional assessment division, which is undergoing a modern technological tools. Naturally I have to change that traditional assessment to the with some other new name, technology based assessment, you can say that a modern assessment technology, whatever. So that's how things need to change according to the changes. So that is how if you write a roughly around 1.5 to 2 pages, roughly 250 words will be the answer for this Ambedkar Open University, or the first Open University. People get confused. Even examination also will come. Not IGNOU. IGNOU was not the first university. That was the first university was Ambedkar, B.R. Ambedkar Open University in a province, Telangana, established in the year 1982. 1982. IGNOU was established 3 years later at the national level. That was a provincial university. IGNOU was the national university, was established in which year? You remember or you forgot? Matthews, do you remember when was established? IGNOU was established. Maris.
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, tell. Which year?
1985.
1985. That's correct. 1985, IGNOU was established. The first Open University was established in the 1982. Of course, first academic program was launched in which year? January 1987.
Yes.
1987. Within the 1 year it was established 85 towards the end of 85. We hardly at our disposal 1 year, 1986. We were busy in designing the program, developing the support structure, and the IGNO started its program within 1 year's time, January 1987, the admissions to the two programs, Diploma in Management and Diploma in Distance Education. This is how you have to write when you are writing about the first question, the B.R. Ambedkar. The second question, short question, is describe briefly the main features of single mode institution. Second question is describe briefly the main feature of single. Who are the single mode institutions? I explained in the while dealing with the block 3. I explained the single mode institution, dual mode institution, consortia and networks. There are 3 broad categories of institution. Now here he is asking about single mode. Single mode institutions are the exclusively devoted to distance learning and distance education. Like IGNO. IGNO is dedicated only to the distance education and distance learning. So IGNO is known as a single mode institution. Like UK Open University, exclusively devoted to distance education, so it is a single mode institution. But there are the dual mode institutions like University of Delhi, School of Correspondence Studies. I explained to you, School of Correspondence Studies in the University of Delhi, that was a dual mode institution. Delhi University was a very big conventional university. One of the departments, that is the School of Correspondence Studies, offering the distance education program. Rest of the university are busy with the conventional regular programs. You got the difference? So those institutions who are offering the conventional regular classes and one of the wing of the university is only the busy in the distance education programs, such institutions are dual mode institutions, and exclusively devoted to the distance education is known as a single mode institution. You got the clarity difference? Okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
what are the
Sir.
features of single mode institutions? Like IGNO. So it is dedicated only to the distance education. It is dedicated to design and develop the programs only in distance education. Dedicated and devoted to deliver the programs only through distance education. No regular classes, regular distance education. And naturally, it gives emphasis in the design and distance of the programs, keeping the distance learners in view. What are their needs? What are their requirements? What are their expectations? So when I design a program for distance learners, I keep everything focusing on them. That is the specialty or the significant future of single mode institution. When it comes to the dual mode institutions, whatever the programs are offered through the conventional regular learners, more or less the same is offered. It is not exclusively focused to the distance learner as such. Matthews is laughing. Matthew, is it not going, or is it going above me?
Yeah, no, it's so interesting. And
is.
today I'm just enjoying the lesson. Thank you.
Okay. So that is the basic difference between a dual mode institution and the single. Single mode is exclusively devoted to distance education. Program offered through distance education. Program delivered to distance education. Programs are developed keeping the distance learners' needs, aspirations, and requirements of the distance learner. So this is how you have to take. And then there are advantages of the single mode institution because we are focusing on them. We are pitching your curriculum according to their needs. You are delivering according to their needs. So this is the advantage of the single mode institutions. So you read the more about in Unit 3 of Block 3. Sorry. Once you go through the Unit 3 of the Block 3, you will get the more clarity. I think roughly you have to write two pages around 300 words, and then you can take example also while explaining the single mode institution features. Whether you take UK Open University as an example, you take IGNO as an example, or you take a Nigerian Open University as an example, anything you can substantiate with it. Okay, friends. That is the second question, short question of the question B of question 2. Question 3 is C, the short question. Third short question is explain briefly major commonalities in higher education systems among third world. Sorry, I'm having a bad throat. Explain briefly major commonalities in higher education system of third world countries. Yeah. What is the commonalities that occur in the third world countries or developing nations as far as the higher education is concerned? Whether it is India, whether it is Nigeria, whether it is Kenya, whether it is Botswana. These are all the third world countries. What are the commonalities? Commonalities are the medium of instruction. What is the medium of instruction? Suppose I have many languages in India, but majority of the higher education is taught through the foreign language, that is English. I think this is the case with the most of the developing countries. English is the medium. Am I correct, Morris?
Yes, Prof.
That is one of the commonalities. Second commonality is we don't have the respective expertise or faculty. We don't have the faculties, then you have to depend on the faculty of other countries. That's how the 3 decades or 4 decades back, when I visited the Ethiopia and many other African countries, they used to tell, Mr. Murthy, we have faculty from India, from so-and-so place, teaching at Nigeria, teaching in Ethiopia, teaching in Kenya. Because they don't have the faculty, you have to borrow the faculty from outside. I think this is one of the commonality in many developing nations. Of course, now faculty are coming, faculty are available, and then you are getting the local faculty. But a few years back, few decades back, it was not the case. So this is another commonality. The another commonality is lack of infrastructure. I want to develop my institution, university as a big, but I don't have the money. I don't have the resources, both human resources as well as the financial resources. And many countries are starved of the resources, so that effect, that's one of the commonality. Like that, you have a few commonalities. And resource material. You don't have the good resource material or books available in our country, the electronic soft copies of that. So these are all the commonalities. Of course, things are gradually changing. You are getting the books in our language. You are getting the other things. So this, but the commonality, the lack of expertise, lack of resources, lack of finances. This is how you have to write about the higher education system in the third world countries. What are the few commonalities? And then the fourth question is, identify the role played by the central government.
Maybe another addition, Professor, another commonality on the same.
Yeah.
Dependence on experts from the developed countries.
Yeah, that's
total dependence
what,
on.
Yeah, Mr. Konda, that's
Yeah.
what exactly I touched. You are right. You are right. You are
Yes.
right. Yeah. That's what he said is what I said. The Indian teachers are coming and teaching there, and the European teachers are coming and teaching. So because you don't have the expertise, so other teachers from other countries are coming and teaching. This is another commonality. That's what he said.
Even the use of language of delivery.
Yeah, language is another important. Yeah, you are correct, Mr. Kondas. Language, I touched upon the main points. The language issue is language is the crucial. Suppose your language is in Ethiopia, it is Ethiopian language is there. In Kenya, some other language is there. In Nigeria, there is language. But large extent, your higher education is transacted to the foreign languages. Am I correct or not? Matthews, am I correct?
Yes.
Most of the higher
Yes, you are correct.
Most of the higher education is transacted to the foreign language, whether it is English, whether it is Spanish, whether it is French, anything. This is not your language. So this is how the commonalities, I think Mr. Konda has rightly pointed out. I think if you write these things, that will take care of the assignment question of the fourth assignment question, fourth short answer. Now we are left with one more. What is that one? Third question, which is again 800 words. You have to write roughly 3 to 4 pages. Discuss the essential attributes of a learning organization. what are the essential attributes of a learning organization. Okay, I think we touched upon that briefly in the, this is the unit 4 of last block 5, unit 4. What is learning organization? You know that. What is a learning organization? What are the attributes of that? Huh? Can you talk about that? What is a learning organization? Anybody can? Marius, what is the learning organization?
What?
Yeah, you have already attempted. What is the learning organization? Your mic, you switch on the mic. Marius, your speaker is muted. Your mic is muted. Yeah.
Yes, sir. A learning organization which thrives to change, encourages experimentation.
Yeah. Yeah, good. And the learning organization is the one which keeps on thinking, reflecting what I am doing, what I am learning from the experience, and what I have to gain in future. That is the learning. What you call the continuous learner. We are all continuous learning. You still want to read. You still want to learn. That's how we joined this program. Lifelong learning or continuous learning is the crux buzzword in the current day contemporary world. Continuous learning, lifelong learning. So there is no limit. You keep on learning, birth to death, from the swing to the cradle. That's how it's a continuous learning and the lifelong learning. So there is no, if that is the case, even organizations cannot be static. If the organization is static, you can say it is the death of the organization. If organization is static, that is the end of it. Okay, this organization is a few decades old. What this organization is talking, it is not learning, it is not changing. Everybody has to change. I think that's where the learning organization is the one which keeps on changing and which keeps on adopting, which keeps on modifying. That's what is the learning. What is the basic attributes of that one is the learning paradigm. What is the learning paradigm? The learning paradigm is, as a organization, you got some experience. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you have some experience. From that experiences, you have to learn. You have to analyze that experience. What did I do? What did I not do? And by doing this, what did I learn? This you are reflecting on your experience. And that you will draw some lessons. That's what is the learning paradigm. Experience, analyzing the experience, and reaching a conclusions. Oh, these are the strong points which are throwing based on my experience, and which are the weak points which I should not neglect it. From that experience analysis, you will plan the future of the organization. That's what is called as the learning paradigm. That's what is called as the learning paradigm. Okay, friends, and that's where, and then of course, you have to what I told earlier, education and environment relationship is very important. You cannot operate in isolation. The changes that are happening around your organization will influence you. If you want to accept that, if you accept that changes happening around the institution will influence you, you have to look at these changes. What's happening in the economy? What's happening in the social sector? What's happening in the health sector? What's happening in the industrial sector? And those changes will help me to relook at my organization. Okay? Keeping those changes, I also should change. I also should need to offer a different program. It's not a routine programs of BA or MA. It has to be a skill-based, it has to be a market-based, it has to be employment-based. This is how your relation with the, and then search for alternatives. You have 5 alternatives, you still search for a better alternative. That's how the learning organization does. You cannot be satisfied, okay, these 3 alternatives are enough, let me juggle out of these three alternatives from situation to no. You may come out with a better alternative. Why don't you think? Why don't you search? That's what you call the search for the alternatives. When you have a 3 or 4 alternatives, you will be in a better position to act or choose the best one. That's how the search for alternatives. Collective wisdom in problem solving. That is the good part of any institution. Collective wisdom. You have a 50 professors in the university. You have a 50 professors across the disciplines. They are very experienced. You as the head of the institution, you want to consult them. You don't want to consult them. Whether you want to consult them or you don't want to consult them. Maybe as a head of the institution, I may not be having all those ideas. The professor who is better than me has a good idea to solve a problem. But he will not come to you. You as a leader have to go to the professor, consult. So when you apply the more than 1 brains, 5 brains put together, that's what we call the collective wisdom. Collective wisdom in a problem solving. So naturally when 10 professors come together, discuss it, brainstorm it, come out with this is a better solution for this problem. This is what we call the collective wisdom in the problem solving. Is another quality, a characteristic of a learning organization. Friends, how do organizations learn? How do organizations learn? Organization which is static, which don't want to see here and there, it cannot learn. The organization which is open, windows are open, the doors are open, the mind is open, then only you will learn. Then only you will see the rest of the world. Okay, rest of the world is changing. Let me also change. So you have to open to the views and ideas and problem solving. Every day you come out with a new problem in the institution. Yesterday you solved one problem. Today another problem comes. The solution which you applied yesterday may not be applicable to the new problem. What you have to do? You have to search for a solution. You have to search for a solution mechanism to solve the problem. That's where the organizations learn. Integrating internal knowledge. As I said that you have 100 professors in the university, everybody has expertise, everybody has a knowledge. So, and you have to pool that knowledge. You have to integrate that knowledge in it. All the professors won't come on their own. Okay, come, let us sit down, discuss. No. Professor is busy in the laboratory. Professor is busy in their one's own research. Professor is busy with teaching tasks. Professor is busy with extension tasks. And running the university is not my cup of tea. Running the institution is the head of the institution's cup of tea. Am I correct? So, whose responsibility to bring all the people? Integrate their experiences, integrate their knowledge is the responsibility of the head of the institution. Bring them, discuss it, and integrate the knowledge suiting to the requirements of the institution. And of course, another important, the world is changing. The whole world is in my fist. Technology. The whole world. And we are all meeting through the technology. I'm not coming to Nigeria. I'm not coming to Kenya. I'm not going to Botswana. And you are not visiting me, but we are talking. The technology. It is the advantage of technology. So you have to use the technology. That's what you call induction or development of new technology. If you say that I don't want to use the technology, okay, choice is yours. You don't want to use the technology. Without technology, as a society, you lag behind. As an institution, you lag behind. So this is how to induct the technology, and new developments in technology is another the key attribute of a learning organization. Innovation and experimentation. Innovation and experiments. I have been doing without much innovation and experiment in my teaching. Professor Murthy, world is changing. You change your teaching methodology. You change your style. For that, I have to be open. For the new innovation, new technology, you have to be open. Are you ready for that? That's an important thing. If you are not ready, you can't do much. That's where the integration, innovation, experiment is the key word. We have to generally, we as a status quo maintenance, we prefer in maintaining the status quo rather than innovation and experimentation. To innovate, you have to take a risk. To experiment, you have to take a risk. But if you don't have a capacity to take a risk, you follow the status quo. But innovation and experimentation is the order of the day. You have to do the innovation. You have to go for innovation. You will get the new things. Once you get the new things, you will be able to communicate to your organization. You will be able to communicate to your learners. That's where the innovation and monitoring on the environment. Yes, as an institution, you have to look around all the time and then monitor what's happening in the environment. Then only you will be able to adjust to the changing environment. That's what is it. And then in the process, we have touched upon many attributes. What are the qualities? I think encourage the experimentation, facilitate the learning from the environmental changes, facilitate learning from employers. Employers are demanding the new graduates. Suppose we have been producing the graduates which are not helpful to the employer. Employer feels that the graduates produced by your institution is not of good to use to him. Why? He has the theoretical knowledge, he doesn't have the application of those knowledge. For me, as an employer, I need a person who has both theoretical knowledge and who is capable of applying that knowledge. That's where the employer requirements you have to see. And ultimately, you have to go for change. You have to go for innovation. That's the few attributes of the organization. And then an organizational renewal. As I said, any organization which want to change, which want to keep on moving along with the societal changes, and if you want to be a static organization, choice is yours, but you have to keep moving with the changes that's happening in and around the institution. That for that, you need the, what I said, the organizational diagnosis periodically. That's what I said in the beginning. And then for the organizational renewal, you identify the core competence of each of your faculty. Each faculty has a core competence. You identify them, what further they needed, what the new thing they needed. That you have to add. So I have 100 faculty. They have different expertise, each one of them. I know this is their strength, but they want something else. What is that something else? Whether they want training in the technologies, whether they want training in innovations to carry out, whether they want training in capacity building. These are the things which one has to look at it. So this is how identifying the core competencies of your faculty and the institution and building over them, building over those core competencies and moving ahead. That's what is it. One of the organizations. Second thing is motivating and encouraging your faculty in the institution to work with the new model, to work with the new thing. That's where. Suppose, as I said, that we are a status quo bound mindset, we don't want to do the experiment. But you as a leader of the institution, you motivate them, your faculty, move, go for innovations, go for changes. Then only they can do it. Okay, friends? And then information technology application, that's I've already talked about it. Various new technologies are coming. And then many of you may not be knowing, I also may not be knowing all the technologies that is coming. But you as institution leader, what are the new technologies that are emerging? How to apply those things, to bring those new technologies, familiarize with your colleagues, and then ask them to follow. This is how the. And of course, another thing is important thing is team building. Our institutions traditionally, you go to your class, teach and go away. I go to my class, teach and go away. And you and me won't work in team. You and me has to work in team along with the head of the institution for the development of the institution and organization. That's what we call the team building, team spirit, team building. Who will do that? As a teacher, I may not ask another teacher, come, we will work. He will ask, who are you? Murthy, you are a teacher, I am a teacher. But as the institution head, you who has a right on all the faculty, have to inculcate that team spirit and build a team. Once you build a good team, you can solve any problem. You can address any problem. You can take the institution to the next step. That's what is the team building. I think that's how. Systemic thinking. We need think in pieces. We think in it in a bits and pieces. No, it is a proper perspective thinking, systemic thinking to build an institution. How the systemic thinking will develop? You have a proper systems in your organization. You have proper rules in the organization. For that, you have to develop those systems. I think that those systems have to develop by all of the faculty together in a team way, headed by a good leader institution. I think these are the few things. Once you write this, the third assignment question, the learning attributes, learning organization attributes will be over. You can give examples. I have given examples from my institute. You can give examples. I think this is how I have briefly explained about all the organizational features, particularly the assignment with the 3 questions. I hope with this interaction you will be doing a good job, developing a good response to the assignment and submit the same. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Anything else? I missed it. Anything else? No. You want to ask anything? You want to teach me anything? You want to explain me anything?
Yeah, I think maybe just a comment there.
Yeah, Matthews.
Yeah, it's just maybe unfortunate that the explanation to the assignments is taking place at the very 11th hour, while some of us, we have already submitted, but we hope that what we have submitted, we are going to get good grades. Yeah, so explanation has been excellent. We are just waiting for how we are going to fare when it comes to grading system. Thank you, Prof.
Matthews, I have taken, this is my 7th class or 8th class, which I have taken on this course. Okay? I have explained all these things from the day 1. I have been repeating the assignments and the things. So if I explain everything in the first class without covering the content, that's not the right. I have covered the content. This is the right time. Okay? Did you inform me in the first class, sir, I have already completed the assignment? I would have stopped there itself, Matthews. You did not tell me. I asked in fact, Maurice, did I ask or not? Are you doing assignments? You said that, no, sir, we have not started. I asked in the first class and second class, have you gone through the soft copy? Many of you said, no, sir, not yet. When you have not seen the soft copy, how I expect that Matthews will submit assignment? That's it. Okay? Yeah. So these are the issues. I thought, let me complete all the important areas. After that, I thought it is the time. So where I have to link what I have taught to you with the assignment questions, which I did in this class. Okay? So anything else? Don't worry. As far as my course is concerned, I am a liberal assessor. Matthews, don't worry. I am a liberal assessor. Okay? I will take it in that spirit and I will give a good grades. Okay? Don't worry.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. Anything else?
Prof.
Yeah. Maris.
Yeah. There is one important thing that I got from you.
Yeah.
About the curriculum. Yeah. You said the curriculum should answer the needs of a student, the community, even the market at large.
Yes. Yes.
Now, more especially like in our country, when you look at the curriculum, it is not answering those questions. So this time around, we are reviewing the curriculum.
Good.
So I'm proud to tell you that I added my voice since I'm involved in the curriculum evaluation.
Yeah, very good.
And the curriculum, that most of the things that we are following in our curriculum,
Yeah.
it's a colonial curriculum, sir. So I'm really benefiting from this course. I think I'm a changed man.
That's
Thank
good.
you,
That's
Prof.
good. Yeah. This is how that the experience which you going through this course or this program, once you start reflecting your workplace, you apply that, you bring into that one. Curriculum has to be related to the society at large. It's an important thing. What are the societal changes? What are the employer is seeking? What is market is looking for? All those things have to be clubbed rather than going in a, okay, I will teach only the definitions, concepts, classification. That's all. Your definition, classification, concept is not enough to the employer. Is not enough to the market unless you link it up. Yeah. Rissa, you are talking to me or talking to somebody else?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, tell me. I can't hear you. You have to get louder. I'm not able to hear. Can you be louder, Rissa? Pardon?
Okay, merci. Bonne journée.
Usman, can you request him to, he's speaking to somebody else? You can switch off the mic.
Maybe he's talking with somebody.
Yeah, switch off the mic. Switch off the mic, yeah. Ask him to switch off the mic, yeah. Okay, yeah. Anything else, friends? I think this is how this particular course is coming to an end. We discussed, unless you have anything you want to ask related to this course, I'm free, ready to explain. Otherwise, you all write a good, yeah, Matthews, yeah, tell me. Matthews, yeah, you want to?
Yeah. Maybe I just want to ask about the end of term exams.
End term exams. End term.
Yes.
Yeah. I think now you have to submit the assignments. And then when did you join? You joined into last June? June 22?
Yeah, June 2022, but actually the classes started in January.
Classes started, but your enrollment is in June 22, if I am correct. And then actually, the end of the 1 year, so examination must be sometime in June again this year, coming June. So you almost wait 2 months or 3 months away. Okay? Yeah. And the term and examination, they will inform you. The schedule will be coming to you. I think what are the areas of whether it is a the multiple choice questions or a short answer questions, a descriptive questions. They will explain to you the format also. Maybe I think in this batch, some of you joined for the PG diploma in distance education. Some of you joined for the 2 years program also. There are differences. Am I correct? Yeah. So naturally, those who have joined for a master's program, 2 years program, assessment may be little different. To those who have joined for a 1 year may be different, but all these things will be explained. All these things will be explained to you. Because but it depends related to the policy issues. Naturally, the program coordinator and the people who are monitoring this exercise from my country or from your country, they are in a better position to explain the things. As far as the subject is concerned, so this is a poor teacher. He keeps teaching and talking to you, explaining things. Okay. Anything else? So do the good assignment. And then we have one more course, I think 518 technology course is there, education technologies. Another colleague will be coming. Maybe tomorrow, my another colleague, Professor Anita, who is the program coordinator, I think she has taken the 512, isn't it? 5 course MDE 512. She will be coming maybe tomorrow. And then you can ask the examination related issues to her as well. She will be the better person. She has a coordinating the total program. I think examination issue, what Matthews asked, I think how it will be. And those who have joined for first year, PGDDE and the MDE 2 years, is it the same exam or different? All those things will be explained by her. Okay, friends? Anything else? Nice today.
Yes.
Attendance was a little better, not very, a little better than what used to be.
Hello, Doc.
Yeah, Kelvin.
Yes, Doc. I just wanted to find out.
Ah.
I want to know the format of the exam.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a essay form, or maybe to be one-word answer, or maybe multiple choice?
This is what I just repeated. Maybe you have not paid attention to what I said.
Oh, I
is,
didn't get it.
yeah, tomorrow Professor Anita will come for her class, and she is the program coordinator, will be in a better position to explain what will be the format for the exam. For what I know a bit of it, I may be a little wrong, but those students who have joined for the PG diploma in distance education, examination format will be little different to those who have joined for the 2 years MA program. So that's where she will give a clarity. Okay, Kelvin?
All right.
So don't miss
All right.
tomorrow's class where Professor Anita will be there. Try to catch her, try to probe her, try to seek clarifications from her.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelvin. Yeah, what I was telling, my earlier classes attendance was a little poor. This class is a little better with a 12 of your friends, 12 of the students are attending. I think those who have missed earlier classes, there is no way of catching them except the recordings which are available. The class recordings available on the platform LMS. They may go through it and catch. Okay, friends. Anything else? Gresa, Usman, no point.
Yeah, I have no question.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. I think let us hope you all will clear the term and examinations successfully, and those who have joined for the 2 years program, maybe we will be meeting in the second year also, and those who have registered for only the PG diploma in distance education, once they complete it, they may also seek admission in the second year. That's another process. Through the governments, to approach their respective governments. I think this is all the nitty-gritties to be worked out by the respective governments and the program coordinator. So see you soon. With these words, let me thank all the colleagues and wish each one of you all the best in the assignments preparation and submission, getting a good grade, and for go through the recordings of the classes of every course, and the soft copies of the material which are available on the LMS, so which will help in the writing the final examination, the terminal exam. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And see you next.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye. See you. Bye.